Hi everybody, and welcome to Vanderbilt. I want to show you something that I pulled out of the old cedar chest here. This is a Harmony H15 Bobcat, circa 1964. I have the receipt for it. It was willed to me by my uncle. And this thing has been recently reissued by Harmony and has an MSRP of $799. You could probably buy it for like $600 somewhere. But the reality of the matter is, if you looked at my Slide Guitar 101 and I tell you to look around for stuff, people don't know about these things. And you come across one of these things, grab it, because this thing is incredible. This bridge has a mute on it. It's adjustable. To show you down here, if you can see this right in here. Where's my finger here? This little disc, that little disc, the old style disc will raise that bridge. It floats on the body. The body is alder wood, the neck is maple. It has a adjustable truss rod in it. Good old tobacco stained clubbed tuning pegs up in there. When I got this guitar, when it was willed to me and I went and picked it up, I opened up the box, I was very disappointed. I thought it was something, my uncle used to have an SG, but here it turns out that he sold the SG and he got this. He was a boogie woogie player. The pickups are Harmony gold foil. When I opened the case, it was the original case. Inside the pick compartment, the string compartment, was the receipt for $128 in 1964. Harmonies are not really looked upon as a desirable guitar, but let me tell you what. This guitar was basically manufactured in the day when the Ventures, for those of you who remember the Ventures and the surf kind of music, it came with flat wound nickel strings, which I still have, and they were the 60s nickel strings when I got it, and the darn thing was almost in tune. So to make a long story short, I took them off and preserved them. And these are just Ernie Ball 9s, I think, that I threw on here. But going back to Slide Guitar 101, you could pick up something like this. You're really lucky. They're probably floating around the world. But the fact of the matter is, I raised the action on this to play slide on it. And it does sound like a Ventures type music guitar on the 3 different pickup settings it has here. And what you got is, when you raise the action, you put a little distortion on it, and it doesn't matter really what amp you run through, because you guys that look in the background sometimes on some of my videos and see that I have a Marshall double stack. That's irrelevant. I also have an old Vox and a couple of practice little cube amps. This thing sounds great. So I'm going to give you a little taste of what it sounds like. this thing tuned to an open E, so you know you can screw around with it however you like, you know. I mean, it kicks, it rocks. So, if you're out there looking around for a cheap slide guitar, you know, for the electric side of things, you'd be surprised you probably come across people that had no idea that this thing is what it is, and it's running around there out in the world and in this country with a bad reputation. This thing, I think, is a classic, and I'm glad to have it, and I thank my uncle for giving it to me. So, when you're out there looking around, and you come across a guy like this, even if the intonation is bad, it still has an adjustable truss rod in the thing. Even if it's beat up, that gives it character. So, I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm going to throw it on the slide. I'm going to run electric slide songs for you on next segments of Slide 101.